Just want to make sure that's on. Afternoon, everyone. Aaron, founder CEO, AAA Games here with you. I'm going to take you downstairs to our basement, which is I'm going to show you something that's pretty nasty sight that's going on here. This is just basically going to put in perspective how much time went by. Everything it's going good here. I'm doing very, very well. You know, getting this house back in order. You know, doing all the vacuuming here in the kitchen and everything like that. I'm just gonna keep everything down here. I'm so proud of my mother. I can't even describe beyond words how proud of her I am. So we're in our basement right now, and once you hit the basement, an absolutely freaking nasty scent hits you, and that's because I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over right here. And this is an open trash bag full of nasty stuff here. And this is even more nasty stuff here. This is called a chest freezer. Basically what this is, it's like you put ice cream, it's like kind of like a commercial freezer. You put ice cream and stuff in it. And what we got going on here is just shows you how much time's gone by. Almost 3 years. Everything, basically when me and my sister left, as you'll recall, and she got guardianship on the 29th of July, 2021. We were up and out of this house because the circumstances were good at the time. You know, situation wasn't good, so you know we just had to up and leave, no question about that. And in the process, we left a whole bunch of stuff in here that just sat in here for about 3 years, and it got all moldy and totally disgusting. So I'm flushing it all out right now. We have our old it's sad because memories are hitting right here. Because that's the pizza that we'd have right there, DiGiorno's crispy pan pizza, really good. We'd have that, my dad would have it, we would have it as a family, like as a treat on Saturday or something like that when my dad stayed home from work. Then you got all this right here, you've got some either maple flavored sausage, because you got sausage, patties and links, but these are actually sausage links, you can see right there. It says links, and there's been bagel bites here, pizza bagels, English muffins, a whole bunch of stuff here that has just been gotten disgusting. I can't even describe how nasty it is. It smells so freaking bad, but that's all getting flushed out. That's the final bag being used for that, and then put a new one in our little wastebasket right there. We originally had a different wastebasket, an automatic one, but we have one with the, you push this down, that fell off it, but you push this down, that goes up. And then flip lid and goes back down. Yep, and this is our basement right now, and as you can see, it's definitely it's seen its better days. We got stuff all over the place here. Those are our old washer and dryer right there. Basically that wasn't good, so we had my mother's church. Remember, my mother's church came in and hooked this up here, and you can see it's doing its thing right now. Washer and dryer, got that all set. We had a problem here. These are change hoses. With a washer, you know, you have change hoses, and it's running through this PVC pipe, or this white pipe right here. Previously that wasn't the case. It was all running through this one pipe right here, and we had two hoses, a change hose and a hose that runs right over here. It connects to our sump pump. The sump pump's in there. There's a hole that takes the water out of the house, so it prevents you know, our basement from getting flooded, which I'll say, fortunately we don't have to worry about that flooding because this basement's been flooded like 13 times. Lo and behold, the number 13, my dad wasn't happy when that happened. Most of the time I caused that, and the reason for that is because we had to switch hoses, and sometimes we put the wrong hose in, and during the January thaw, January and February, that's when the snow starts to melt. The water seeps into the ground, and then this fills up quickly. But there's been many times when that hasn't been plugged in. That's the power cord for it. That has been plugged in. Proper hoses, and all that's just flooded and come all the way out, all the way over here to that's our boiler. That's our heating tank right there. That's our oil tank all the way here. And we've had to use a shop vac, and that is this right here. Shop vac. That's used for water, you know, a wet dry shop vac. That's used when you have to prevent water damage, you know, in your house. So we have that. We use that, plug that in, hook it up, clean out all the water, and that happened 13 times. 13 times. It's been totally crazy. But that's doing this thing right now. And then coming over here, you can just tell disaster struck here. There's been a whole twister here. You know, you have to remember when my mother wasn't when my mother was at her greatest. So everything got all thrown all them plates. You've got weights. This used to be like a whole gym right here. You have exercise equipment there. That was all lined up. None of these bags were here. That's our old treadmill. That broke. That doesn't work anymore. So that's over there. You've got this right here. All these old chairs. Those are basically there. But when I came home, I got those out of here because they, quite frankly, look like something out of the 80s. It looks like 80s scenery. So those are basically going to go, or they're going to get stored in our shed, which is out there, outside our side entrance. Shed's right there in front of the driveway. And it's just, you know, it's just a twister hit here. And, you know, this is a part of my story. Like I'm telling you, Project Survive. And what you're seeing here is the struggle. All the struggle. If pictures could paint 1,000 words, this is all about struggle right here. And then I'm going to pan all the way over here. See those boxes right there? Well, when my mom, I call her mom. Sound like I'm British. But when she was going through it, and it wasn't good, she bought all that stuff right there when she was in her psychosis, and there was a voice in her head saying, yeah, you gotta buy all that, because what she did, she bought all this, it's all workout equipment right there. That's a utility ladder that goes up, snaps down, but she bought all this equipment right there, because at the time, what she did, was she was just struggling. She was trying to sustain a spiritual relationship with my dad, so in her mindset, the voice in her head, supposed to be God or Jesus, was saying buy all this stuff, and she bought 200 bucks worth of stuff, and she did that to try to keep a connection with my dad, you know, because you know the loss cut her very, very deep, you know, as you know very, very well, and she didn't want to come crashing down to earth. So it was clear psychosis, you know, it was grief. But it was psychosis mixed with that. She even admits she lost her mind. You know, she's been very, very apologetic to me ever since. Because I've been here a week now. I've been here a week and 2 days. Because yesterday was Memorial Day. Today's the 30th. I came back last Sunday, so I've been here. A week and 2 days. A week and 2 days. So working up to about a week and a half, a few more days. But, it's just a total twister here, and I've just been here doing what I can. I'm doing vacuuming, I'm just cleaning nooks and crannies, just giving this house a much-needed TLC. And, I give all my credit to my mother. She's been doing an incredible job. She's been doing wonderful. She loves her job. We talk every single day. She doesn't do any yelling or screaming or anything like that anymore. She's got that out of her system, which is real, real good. And, you know, she's sorry. She's very, very sorry. And I feel awful. I feel totally, totally awful, you know. And at this juncture, well, actually, I want to show you something. I'm going to show you something else. That's going, our wash is going. Chest freezer, all that stuff's going to get out of there. It's pretty much almost out of there. And this is just going to have to get cleaned because it smells like somebody just farted endlessly for about 3 years, but all that's going to get out of there. Trash will take that on Thursday because we got trash collection. We got trash recycling. They do an automated trash collection. So the trash truck will come up on the side and have this arm take the trash toners from the side and go overhead, dump them out, put them back down the road. And that just started. This year. But there's something else I want to show you, and this will put in perspective why I'm asking about the whole $10 million thing. Well, I want to get paid for what I'm doing, whether to be agent, you know, everywhere or Mind's Eye. So let me take you up here. Make sure this doesn't turn that off for now. But yeah, you know, this right here, you know, the damage has certainly been done. I'll just show you right here. You do, you know, floor's seen better days. You know, you got your cracks right here. It's got that crack there, chips all over the. This is when my mother did all that, and all this right here. You can see the white on the wall. Basically, that was scaffold. I think that might not be the word. Basically, you just take white paint and cover up, all the damage right there. All damage there. That's all damage right there. Remember when I used to come back here and I'd show you when my sister was still basically was going through her social agency, and I'd come here and visit while she'd get some respite done. Her social worker would do that, and then a respite care agent, comfort keepers, which I told you about before, they'd come in and do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On the days when my sister's resource coordinator, Caitlin, I mentioned her name before, when she did that, I'd come back to my house. I'd come here and I'd show you, I'd spin you around here and give you once around of things here, and I'd say, oh, there's holes all over the wall, and those were some of them right there. You can see that right there. There's some discoloration. There are some right here, see that? Those are kind of new, but I think these happened probably months before I came back. So you're talking maybe December, January, something that. But those weren't covered up. See, that's a chip right there. This is an arcway, but this is trim right there. I forgot what that's. Oh, that's like a backsplash. My dad. Oh no, the backsplash was here. My dad painted all this before he passed. 2019. He did all that here, and then sadly all this happened. So it's just a lot of damage has been done. That's our pellet stove here. That still works. You got your hopper right here. My mother's been doing good with that. There's an ash vac. That's like the shop vac. It's the same thing, but it's used to clean all ash and soot out. Because when you need a pellet stove, there's going to be a whole bunch of ash and soot. That's why you want to make sure if you got one of these, you want to make sure that it's serviced and good in order. It's got good health. And then this right here, that's your control panel right there. And you open this up here, and you got to clean all this here. It's a lot of work. You got to clean all that out, make sure that's good. You take those latches off, that opens up. Then in there you got your burn pot, that right there, that white thing. That's a thermocouple that raises temperature. You want to make sure that works, because if not, it won't be able to. The system won't be able to tell when there's change in temperature. Burn pot, all the pellets go through there, through the hopper, down the auger. The auger shoots them out into the burn pot, and then they eventually will burn after a while. But this right here has a red light. That red light right there, it calls for heat, and it works just like a stat. Reaches temperature, it gets up to temperature, it calls for heat, more pellets drop. When it reaches the temperature, stops calling for heat, pellets stop dropping, and then it just maintains that temperature. But this is, my dad bought this for about 400, oh not 400, 4,000. 4,000 outright. He bought this outright for $4,000. And it's still good, it's still in a decent order, working condition. But my mother's taking care of that. She's had to use a whole bunch of rags because the ash vac actually died. So she's been doing what she could there, and she's been doing well with it. It was serviced last year, but all the belts are there, and it's sleeping now, and it'll get back to work probably this fall, like September, October, November. That's usually when it goes back to work. And all this here, that's all my mother. You got a lot of Bible stuff. She was baptized, so she was baptized on the 19th of January last year. All that was my dad. All that's my dad. All that's my dad. And my mother. They went to a place called Hobby Lobby. You get a bunch of nice knickknacks and stuff for your home decor, all that there. So nice. Happily Ever After, Bon Appetit. That was a book that my mother got from my sister. I didn't want my sister to be really involved with the whole God Jesus thing, because I didn't want her to take over her life like it took over my mother's. But that was hers. That was brought here, and she put it back. My mother put it right there on that shelf. This right here, it's cute. It's really, really nice. But this is obviously a manger. You got Mother Mary, all the whole deal going on here. Like you'll see your Christmas decor. There's just a really big religious thing going on here. She's very, very all about God, Jesus, and faith now. And it's not crazy like it was before, but I just wish you could dial down a little bit, But I love her and support her, and she's doing, she's doing so much better. But yeah, you got crosses, a lot of crosses all over the place. All our pictures here. This is still here. Remember this crack I showed you? That's still there. Open that up. Because it was a big impact, so it went right through. This was something my dad put up. This over-the-range microwave. Whirlpool. We put that up. That's one of the last big things he tackled in 2019. Unfortunately, this shorted in a storm. I went to a vacuum a few days ago. That popped, so plug that. When you set the timer, it starts off normally, then it goes into a 24-hour military format, so it's shortened. It's basically fried, but that was a nice unit. It's just like our ceramic glass top stove, same thing. Also Whirlpool. See, there's the badge right there. Same thing, same sound, same everything. Room. It looks so much better here. If you go, I did this. I came in here, did this nice setup here. That. I kept some of the stuff here, just rearranged that, vacuum clean all this out here. You got that right there. That's supposed to be Jesus, and I think, yeah. Oh yeah, right. The Son of God right there. All that right there. That all got all that cleaned up. That's still my dad's urn. My dad's urn right here. Loving memory. And this is, this is basically all shrine for my dad here. Alright, but and then we get some more over here. But we're getting there, we're getting there. And I just want to win the lotto and pay off this house. But I wanted to show you something. I don't know. Okay, I think I got it right here. Alright, I am going to show you something. I'm going to show you a number. This is our mortgage statement. This is our mortgage statement. You see right there, amount due. $18,244.93. That's because this is overdue. So this is right now. This is 470 days delinquent. When a loan goes delinquent, the whole thing is due up front. So that's basically 18 grand in back taxes right now. So I want you. We're fighting to keep this house. My mother's doing. She's doing what she can. She's battled and been through hell. And this right here, this is her project, Survive. So it's survival mode right here. Because you gotta understand this right here, that once an eviction notice is served, you can't stop it. So she's battling to get that, bring that mortgage current. Bring that current. But 18,244.93. So I just want to say, when I'm talking about getting paid, when I'm talking about, what I'm doing for Rockstar and everything like that, 10 billion, 6 billion, this is what it's for. Part of it here, to get rid of that. Wipe that clean and pay that completely off. Because the principal right now is 139. So 18,000 in back taxes, 472 days delinquent. When a loan's delinquent, no bueno. No good. If you don't work with a mortgage company, they will kick you out of that house. You will lose everything. And if you don't have a place to go, you'll have to part ways with stuff. So when I'm talking about getting paid, everything like that, I want you to remember that number. Remember that 18,244.93. It's not just for me, okay? It's to help out my mother. So she doesn't have to deal with any more crap. Because I want her life. I want that to happen. So I want you to remember that number. I want you to remember what I just showed you. And understand that's what this is for. Okay? I'll do that one other final thing I'll do for that Cyberbeast guy. Okay? Yeah. I did say his name. I'll do that one final thing. And then what I want to have happen. Because it needs to happen. Or we will lose this house. And that's what it's for. That's why I want to win the lotto.